Sir, I'm gonna ask you to watch your mouth. You're causing a breach of the peace at this time.
No, I'm not.
Because she's not working.
Yes, she is.
What is she doing right now?
Making sure I'm safe.
I feel uncomfortable with the cameras you guys have.
Well, then don't come here if you don't have business here.
So don't work for the public, man. Do you feel good about yourself violating a man's constitutional rights? Sergeant, earning the city of Lexington a lawsuit that the taxpayers will have to fund?
Imagine walking into a government building, fully within your rights, camera in hand, just to document your public experience, and suddenly, you're the problem. Today's story unravels inside the walls of Lexington's County Clerk's office, where a journalist's attempt to file a public records request turns into a clash with elected officials and law enforcement. But how far will they go to stop him?
Into it. Registration renewals and disabled placards. Marriage license, notary, recording desk.
Sir, you're not actually allowed to film or take photos in here.
I'm not allowed to take photos in here?
No, sir.
Why?
Can I help you find something?
Please see staff for copies of documents.
There's
What?
no...
This is a public office?
It is.
So why wouldn't cameras be allowed? These are public documents, right?
They are, but you're not allowed to take pictures by statute.
Statute.
Uh-huh. Kentucky
KR.
Revised Statute.
664-.019.
Can I help you find something?
Okay. No, I'm just an independent journalist working on a story. That's all.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Could you please delete those photos?
I'm not going to delete anything on my phone, no.
But you're not supposed to take photos in here.
Well, I'm a journalist. I don't know what I don't know what that law says. I don't know about that law. Maybe there's an exemption for First Amendment protected activity.
No, there's not.
You know the law?
I do.
Can-
And there's no exemption for that under the law.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to go about my business. All right, thank you. Transfer ownership, out-of-state titling. You guys can see all the different Kentucky license plates back there.
What are you doing? Sir, what are you doing?
I'm just taking pictures and video.
Why?
Who are you?
This is employees only back here. Can I help you find something?
This is a public hallway. I'm not going any employees
Well,
only
you look
here.
like you were about to go into the storage room.
I wasn't.
Okay. Well, you can stand in the hallway all you want. I agree with you. We're just trying to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, not something else.
Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
What are you here to do?
But you see how ignorant that statement might come out. Like I'm a grown man, you're a grown man. I don't need to worry about what you're doing. You don't have to worry about what I'm doing.
I'm
Right.
responsible for this facility, so I do have to worry about what you're doing.
Not when I'm not doing anything wrong.
I didn't say you were doing anything wrong.
Okay.
But you're wandering hallways. My first thought was, can I help you find something?
No, that should have been the first thing that you
I
told
that
me.
is the first thing I did.
Okay, no, I don't need it. No, you told me don't go in. This is a restricted area. That was the first thing you told me.
No, I asked you, could I help you? This is employees only back here.
I know I don't need any help, sir. Can I get your name?
Sure, I'm Don Blevins. I'm the county clerk.
County Clerk? Great. That's
What's your name?
I don't give out any private information, sir.
Okay. Can I help you with anything?
No, sir.
All right. How long are you going to be here?
I could not tell you. I don't know.
Okay, well then I'm just going to hang out with you if that's okay.
It's a public building. You could do whatever you'd like,
Let's
sir.
take your pictures. I know.
You can't videotape in there.
I'm not
Told you
video.
it's private.
I'm not video. Ma'am, who are you?
She's
work
one of
here.
my managers.
Okay, so I would ask you to calm down. I don't like the tone you're using when you're speaking to me. I'm not doing anything illegal. This is the county clerk. He knows I'm not doing anything illegal. If you don't want me to videotape in there,
You need to come back this way.
Okay,
There's
if you-
nothing else to video. You can't video back in there.
I'm not going in there. That's
just
not.
did, though.
I didn't go in
You
there.
videoed in there, though.
It doesn't. That doesn't matter. I can.
We're
vid-
asking you not to do that.
But I
very
can.
politely.
I can video anywhere I can see from public, sir. I can video anywhere I can see from public. That's exactly what you do. You close the door. I know. I'm not gonna be long. It's a public space. I'm just going in there.
No. Only if you need to transfer a car. You can film all you need to from right here.
It's a public space,
You
sir.
guys here to transfer a car? Yeah. You're right here.
It's a public space, sir.
No.
Yes, it
that's,
is.
That's a workspace.
That's a public, no, a workspace probably
If
be
you
behind
have,
the counter.
Do you need to transfer a vehicle? Come on, guys, you're fine.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you need to transfer a vehicle, you can go in there all you want.
Yeah.
You're not going to go in there and interrupt our business process.
That's your opinion. I'm not going to
It
interrupt
is.
any business process.
It's my opinion, yes.
I'm not going in there to interrupt any business process.
You're not going in there at all. You
Yeah.
can walk the hallways all you want, but the hallways are the hallways.
I can go inside of a public lobby. I can do that.
Please don't make me call the cops on you.
Why would you call the cops on me?
Because you're
Why
being
would
a
you do
disturbance.
that? No, I'm not.
Yes, you
You
are.
are making the disturbance, sir. I haven't disturbed anybody since I've gotten here.
You tried to go into spaces you're not
No,
supposed to go into.
That is an outright lie. You are
filmed
lying.
in a space. We asked you not to film it.
I did not go into restricted space. I
You
wasn't
filmed
going.
it.
I wasn't going into restricted spaces.
You
That's
appeared
not
to
true.
be going in, and we told you not to go in there.
I
and not
appeared to be
film.
going in. What does that even mean, sir? What does that even mean?
I'm responsible for this facility.
That's
we can't
great.
allow people
I
to
can
just wander in any place they want. So I don't know what you're here to do or
I
what
can
you're
respect
about.
that you're responsible for the building, but this is a public building funded by taxpayers,
Keep
sir.
going, but you're not going in there.
Okay, sir. I'm going to go in and
All right.
and film.
Call 911.
For what? For what? You're being unreasonable.
No, I've just said you're
You're
not
being
going to go in
unreasonable.
there.
It's
I'm
a
not
pub-
being unreasonable.
I'm an
You're
independent.
being unreasonable.
I'm an independent journalist. I'm working on a
Show me your
story.
credentials then.
Show me. I get that all the time. Show me credentials. What agency in the United States government hands out credentials?
Actually, in this state, there is one. I believe it's the state police.
They hand out press credentials.
Yes.
That would be for going past crime scene tape and stuff like that.
No, it's
we have
press
freedom of
credentials.
press. You ever heard of the First Amendment, sir?
I have.
Okay, so that means we have freedom of press.
But that doesn't mean you have freedom to wander in the building anywhere you want to go.
I'm not going anywhere I want to go. I'm going into
You
public
clearly
spaces.
have no business here
How would you know that?
because you haven't offered any.
I don't. Do you ask everybody in here what their business is?
No, because most people already know what they're going to do. You're clearly not here to do anything.
I'm here to
except
ask
tape.
questions regarding transfership of ownership.
Oh no, you're not.
No, I'm not. So you're calling me a liar.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Great. I don't want to deal with you anymore, sir. You're being very unreasonable.
Don't go in there.
You're being very unreasonable.
We'll use your license phone. That's where you're at now.
Here I am.
You should be proud that your building, somebody's working on a story for your building, and you should act accordingly.
I find that hard to believe. If you were really working on the story, you'd want to ask questions. You'd want to.
I
You're doing
don't need
nothing
to.
but recording.
I don't need to ask any questions. That's not part of my story.
I don't even. I doubt you even know what's done here.
The county clerk is here, obviously, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
There's a few things we do, and I'm saying I doubt
Transfer
you
of
even know.
ownerships,
That's one,
handicap placards.
maybe.
I know more than you think, right?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm gonna get the other side of that and make sure I get the whole office here. Got everything that I need from that office. Hi, ma'am.
They should be.
You guys got cameras in this building. What's the difference? There's
Security
no
cameras, yes.
security cameras. They're public record, though.
Technically, yes. That's true.
So, you know, it's kind of silly. You know, why would you prevent me from exercising a constitutional right when, if I really wanted to, I could just...
I'm not.
Okay, great. But you're making a big deal about me going into public offices.
Well, you're making my staff really uncomfortable walking around filming. So
I
I'm
must
just gonna
not be
keep an eye
making
on you.
I must not be making them feel that uncomfortable because your staff is right here following me around the building.
These staff aren't, but others.
I don't understand. If you feel uncomfortable, you should stay away from the person, right? That only makes logical sense.
They can't. They have to work here. Your presence.
She's not working. What is she doing?
She's not the one I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Because she's not working.
Yes, she is.
What is she doing right now?
Making sure I'm safe.
Making sure you're safe.
Making sure my people are safe.
Safe from who? From me?
Yes, because you're
You
acting
have the
oddly.
right to videotape us personally?
Because you're in a public space and you're a public servant, ma'am. Can I get your name?
You know my name. I gave it to you already.
Oh, okay. I don't recall your name. I don't know. I would have just handled my business and been done already, but you guys are just preventing me from doing that and causing a scene.
No, you're causing the scene.
He's making everyone here.
I'm making everyone uncomfortable, ma'am. for having.
You're making
I feel
everyone
uncomfortable with the cameras you guys have.
Well, then don't come here if you don't have business here.
So don't work for the public, ma'am, if you don't want to be filmed. I can get everything I need from right here.
He's filming everybody. He has no business here that I can detect.
Hey, how are you, sir? Can I just get your names and badge numbers?
Sure. Sergeant North. Officer Dooley.
And badge numbers?
46220. Mine's 43998.
Thank you, sir. No, I'm an independent journalist. I'm working on a story in this building
Okay.
for the Florence County Clerk, and just staying in publicly accessible areas. I'm not going into restricted areas or anything like that. Just exercising my constitutional rights. That's all I'm doing here.
Okay. Have they asked you to leave?
No, they told me that, and it wouldn't matter.
Business here.
And it wouldn't matter if he asked me to leave, because this is a public building. I'm not committing any crimes. I'm not causing any type of disturbances. I'm not.
It's a public building, but they do have the rights, and there are still rules and regulations. It's not a carte blanche type thing. You're allowed to film. You're allowed to do stuff until they ask you to leave, if that's what they want you to do. If that's the case,
That would be a violation of my. Yes, it would.
okay. Well, that's
It
fine.
would be.
Yeah, that's understandable. You're willing to.
So do we not? Are you familiar with the First Amendment of the Constitution, sir?
I'm familiar with it.
Okay, so we have freedom of press. I'm a journalist.
Absolutely, and that's why we're not saying you can't do anything like that. But if the
Can I ask a favor?
Yeah,
You're
sure.
blocking my line.
No problem.
At least step out this way.
No problem.
I understand what you're doing, and it's totally fine. But if they ask you to leave, you do have to leave.
Well, if they ask me to leave and you force me to leave, then I would just file a civil litigation against your city here.
Sure.
So it wouldn't be good. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
I don't mind him letting film. I just want him to get it over with and get out of here. How much more do you need to do?
I would have been probably done already.
So please answer the question. How
I
much more
don't.
do
I
you
can't.
need
I
to
couldn't tell you a time frame, sir. I told you that before. I can't tell you a time frame. I'm just filming the publicly accessible areas.
And
I'm not.
through.
I'm not trying to. I'm not
Work
trying
with
to do
me here,
anything.
Or I'm going to say you have to leave.
Sir, that would be a very big mistake on your part, sir. I'm telling you. You don't understand. But
Dude, people threaten to sue me every day.
listen, it's okay. It's an empty threat for most people, not for me, sir.
Okay, I'm going to say it one more time.
I'm going to conduct
What
my
else do you
business.
need to do?
Film, exercise my constitutional right. Let me make this clear for you. I need to finish exercising my constitutional right in a public building. I need to do open records requests for my story.
You have no business here.
Open records request is not business.
Open records request requires a particular form. I don't see one on you yet.
You can provide me with the form.
You don't have to do that.
What do you mean?
I don't have
You're
to
not.
do
You're
that.
being very unreasonable. So I can't do
I
an
am
open.
because you're being unreasonable.
Sir, I'm asking you to give me an open. I'm asking you to give me an open records request
I've tried to
form.
work with you.
I'm
You
trying
are
to
not
conduct
working
business.
with me.
There is a law in Kentucky.
Let me ask you this.
There is a
What
law
can
in
we help you with
Kentucky.
today?
Open records request.
Okay.
There is a law.
Okay.
I have a right to public records in the state of Kentucky.
Okay.
He is refusing to provide me with those documents.
That's between you and him.
That's not true. You have
You
to
are.
go through a proper process.
The proper
There
process
a
is to
law.
come to the county clerk.
No, you have to fill out a forms, all this stuff.
You have
under
the
new
forms
law.
here.
I do not.
Yes, you
They're
do.
online and you can print them yourself.
They are here. They are
They're
here.
not. They're a record of the Attorney General.
You're
actually.
being very unreasonable.
No, you are.
You're
I've
being
asked you
very
to leave.
unreasonable.
I've asked you to leave now. You have no business here. If you need an open records request, go print it yourself, mail it in, email it in.
Print it myself and mail it in.
Yeah.
I can do it
online.
here. This is the county clerk, is it
No.
not?
No.
So if I wanted records, how would I do it if I didn't have access to a computer?
What kind of record do you want?
First name, last name, salary, and title of all county employees.
All county employees.
Correct. And city employees for Florence. I want both.
For Florence.
Excuse me. I want the city, I want the,
Okay, the city records are next door.
okay, great.
All you'll get
And
here
county
is
records,
County clerk records.
which would be the first
Those
and last
particular
name
things.
and salary.
Submit that form and I'll be glad to get it for you.
Okay, so can you give me the form so I can submit it, sir?
No, I've asked you to leave twice now. I'm through.
Are you guys ordering me to leave the building?
He's asking you to leave.
I'm asking you if you're ordering me to leave the building under threat of arrest. The way these civil litigation things work, I need to be very clear on what's going on. I'm trying to access public services in this building.
Okay. And he's explained that to you. We don't have, that's not the public service aspect of what you're trying to get from here is not us.
But you're enforcing feelings, sir. His feelings
We're not
doesn't.
enforcing feelings,
Yes.
we're enforcing law.
No, you're not.
If you're asking me to leave, then you have to leave. if you're asking for a form, he's telling you how to go about doing it.
I don't have access to a computer, sir. I'm asking.
It's right there in
I
your
am
hands.
I am asking you to provide me with anybody else. Just because I have a camera, you're not providing me with the form.
I would not do it for anyone else either.
So if somebody comes here, they don't do open records
You need to go through
requests?
the same procedure every other citizen has to go through under law. There's a new law
There-
that describes exactly how you're supposed to do this. I don't
And
have
it's
to
not
help you do
and
that.
it's not coming to the county clerk.
No.
To do an open
Any
records
place
request.
that you want to get an open records request, you must fill out this form provided by the OAG. That's the law. I didn't make that up.
So you can get me the form, I can
No,
fill it out,
I will
and
not
that's
do
it.
that.
Because you're
You
being
do that on
unreasonable.
your-
Because
No.
you're being unreasonable.
I
No,
don't
I
have
am
to
not.
deal with you.
Sir, I'm gonna ask you to watch your mouth. You're causing a breach of the peace at this time. You're cursing in
You're the one
public.
disturbing the peace.
You are using
Make my
profanities.
staff uncomfortable. You've been asked.
What
I've
what
offered
law is
to help
uncomfortable?
you, and
I'm
now
trying to
I
get
want you to
help.
just leave.
I'm trying to get help. I'm trying to get help.
Please leave.
When the officers tell me
Can ask
I
you-
need to leave,
Can I talk to you for a second?
yeah,
Give me my name. Can I ask your name?
Well, I don't give out any private information, sir. I don't do that.
Just asking.
Okay.
So I know I'm talking to you. What are you just wanting form? Is that what
I
we're
want the
trying to do?
forms and I wanted to document the building. I'm working on a story. I have
You're here
freedom.
20 minutes and just
I've been here 20 minutes speaking with you because you keep harassing me, sir, and now you're cursing in public, which is a breach of the peace.
I have offered to help you 100 times.
You are
haven't
cursing in
accepted.
public, which is a breach of the peace. The only person breaking the law here is you.
No, I'm just talking.
But of
to
course, the officers aren't going to enforce it. But if I was here acting like a fool and a jerk like you, I would be arrested for disorderly conduct. If I was acting like a fool like yourself and a
Is this-
jerk,
Can I ask you, is this what we're doing right now?
I don't want to do this. He came up to me. I want to get the pictures of the building and move on with my life and get the form. That's it. That's all I want to do. No, I have not, sir.
Where
No,
else
I
do you
have
need
not.
to go?
Sir, you've only seen me go from here. You've only seen me go from the
But
end
I'm
of this
aware you
hallway
were
to
there.
here. That's
I know
it.
where you've been.
Sir, haven't been everywhere in the building. And I just wanted to document the building. What is the big deal about that?
Because you're disturbing everybody.
I
while
am,
you do it.
if I was disturbing everybody wearing sunglasses, would that be reasonable?
How do you think I know that you were here? My staff came and told me that you were.
But sir, a lawful activity can't disturb people. I'm not screaming. It's a lawful.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean.
But it
it's
doesn't-
not normal that people walk around with a camera and film a building.
Well, then
It's not-
that's
it's
why
not
you
usual.
are here, sir. Sir, that's why, with all due respect, that's why you are here, and you can explain to them, hey, he has a constitutional right of freedom of press. He can film in the building.
Can, and they have a right to say if there's a problem and they want
There
somebody
is
to
no
leave,
problem.
They can ask certain people.
The only problem is this man right here. He's the only problem. I hope are you an elected official?
Right, so
You are an elected official. Big mistake you're doing here. Big mistake. Big mistake. You're putting your
threatening me now.
I'm not threatening you.
You know,
Threatening
so
you with an
I think
election?
I'm giving him an audience, and I'm going to remove the audience. Gentlemen, I've asked him to leave. I've also made it clear to him that he's not to go inside any of these rooms unless he has.
And I haven't, have I? Okay.
You've pushed it, and you know it. I've asked him not to film certain areas, so I'm going to step away now and not give him an audience for his talk.
You're making a big mistake for your election, sir, because the world is going to see how you treated me here today. Okay, no problem. Can I go about my business, sir, and finish my story?
I've asked you to leave.
Can I go about my business and
What are you
finish my
trying-
story?
What are you trying? How much longer do you think you'll be?
I just, not much longer. I just want to I don't want to be forced. I don't want to be stopped and forced.
I'm working with you too. I'm trying.
I
He's asking
mean-
you to leave. It's time to go.
I mean, that's up to you. That's up to you.
I'm giving you a choice.
If you are telling me,
I'm telling you, you need to leave. He's told you you have to leave.
so are you telling me
I'm
under
telling
threat of arrest if I don't leave this
Yes,
building, I
that's
will?
what you want. Yes, I don't want to do that. I am giving you the option.
So I can walk by, please. I do not want to be filmed.
Ma'am, you're being filmed right there.
So-
It's a public building.
I am
Different
trying
than
to
what
give
you're
you the
doing.
No,
option.
I can get that footage, ma'am.
I'm trying
So
to
I just want to
give-
make it clear: you're going to arrest me if I don't leave the building.
If that's the choice you make about not leaving the building, then yes.
No, sir, you're not being very clear. I just want to be clear, and I
can't
comply with
be
all
more
lawful.
clear.
I comply with all lawful orders.
That is a lawful order. You are ordered to leave the building.
So you're trespass. Can I get a trespass notice?
You will be getting a trespass notice if you don't leave.
Well, I need to know that I can't come back here. So
That's what we're doing now.
So if I leave, what's my time frame on coming back? That's why there's trespass notices.
Now, the trespass notice is either you're going to get a citation or you're going to go to jail.
Yeah.
So the option is, I am trying to give you the choice So you
Listen,
leave.
if you're threatening me with putting me in jail, I will gladly leave.
That-
And then
I'm
you're
not
opening up
threatening.
your
I-
city
I
to
am
a civil
telling you.
litigation. I'm telling you, sir.
No, okay.
I'm
That's
telling
what
you.
giving you the option to leave, or yes, you will be arrested.
You're forcing me to leave. That's what you're doing. There we go. Violating my rights. Now, leaving the building means leaving the actual building or leaving this area?
Actual building, sidewalks public.
Okay. Great.
Don't block.
Can you call for a supervisor? I'd like to speak to your supervisor, sir.
You're speaking to one.
I'd like to speak to your supervisor.
You're available to leave now. Now's the time to leave.
Okay. Can I speak to your supervisor
You're
though?
welcome to call in at 258-3600.
What's the number?
258-3600. You can ask for Lieutenant Salyer.
Lieutenant who?
Salyer.
Salyer. Great. Lexington PD making a big mistake here, guys. I'm telling you. Big mistake. Big mistake. Opening up your city to a civil lawsuit. Wow. Got kicked out of a public building, would not let me do an open records request.
Wait.
That is insane. Do you feel good about yourself violating a man's constitutional rights? Sergeant, earning the city of Lexington a lawsuit that the taxpayers will have to fund? You feel good about yourself? Because people felt uncomfortable? What law is uncomfortable, sir? If I feel uncomfortable by you, do you have to leave anywhere you are? Is this the same building? No, right? All right, guys, so we're in City Hall now. Let's see if we can do our open records request or we'll have our rights violated again.
Well, you check out this gentleman if you need any help.
I'm just going, this is a public building.
You need to talk to security. If you need any help.
Okay. I need to see the clerk? City clerk?
The city clerk or the county clerk?
The city clerk. Where would I do an open records request for the city?
That's at the county clerk. You know.
Well, I just got kicked out of the county clerk because they felt uncomfortable. So I can't get services there. So I want information on the city. I'm a journalist. I'm working on a story. Where would I get public records for the city? Sure. It's a beautiful building here.
Who wants to get record for the city? You know anything about that? What kind of records you need?
I need the first, last name, title, and salary for all employees for Lexington, including police officers, because I want to see the 2 police officers here who violate my rights. I want to see how much they're getting paid to do so.
Okay. We're on microphone.
There goes the irony of it all. Always recording us, but the minute we bring a camera in a public building, it becomes an issue. You think they want to show all this off to the world and be proud of it, but they just enforce feelings. That's what they do. Public meeting notice is here. I'm going to take a guess that these 2 officers make a lot of money to do what they just did. Trespass me from a building. Without any sort of notice or anything. I don't even know. If I go back there tomorrow, will I be arrested? If I go back there tomorrow and walk in, will I be arrested? Or in an hour? Or next year? I don't understand what you just did. It doesn't make any sense. You're a law enforcement officer. I'm asking you a question. If I go back in the building in an hour, will I be arrested?
Yes.
Tomorrow?
That will be up to the county clerk's office, depending on what type of trespassing notice that they want to provide.
Okay,
Not
so
permit, but that will be up to
at least 24 hours, is that what you're telling me?
That will be up to the county clerk's office.
But I need to know. I don't want to break the law. So if you're telling me that I can go back tomorrow, I'll go back tomorrow.
That will be up to them. It's not our.
But how do I ask them if I can't go back there?
Telephone.
They're not gonna, what if they don't tell me?
It's up to them. That's not us.
But you're the one preventing me from, they're not preventing me from, they didn't just kick me out of the building, sir. You did. You just kicked me out of the building. So I need to know the person, no, I didn't leave on my own accord. You kicked me out of the building. No. You told me I would be arrested if I did not leave.
So
Correct.
that's a choice you made.
Have you checked in over here?
I spoke to him. I don't know what checking in means.
Just check him in and he'll go to HR and he can make his request up there. Okay, come on and sign in.
Great.
You got any with you?
Nope.
All right, sign in. All right, so if you wear that on your lapel while you're here, I appreciate it.
Thank you. Sorry to interrupt your lunch. I'm looking to do an open records request for the first name, last name, title, salary of all city employees, including the police department.
That's me.
No. Like, well, that's me.
Okay, well, let me get you some paper.
Excuse me.
I'll be right back.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you.
I didn't even get you a pen.
Thank you.
So everything that you just asked me, you would have to like fill that out right here.
Yep.
And yeah, so just fill out that information and then fill out what you just asked.
Okay.
And then you can just give it back. I was gonna get that pen right there. And then you can just give it back to her, and it's usually the response time for open records now is we have to respond to you within 5 days.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just email it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, be sure to put your email address
I will.
on here.
I will. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
All right, so let's fill out this open records request. Here you go.
Alrighty.
Thank you so much. Have a great day. All right, guys. Well, we set up our appointment to speak with Mayor Gorton. Hopefully they reach back out to me so we can discuss what just happened with her police department. Completely uncalled for. Let's get out of here.
When public servants confuse their comfort with the Constitution, accountability suffers. But remember this, your rights don't disappear because someone feels uncomfortable. Stay calm, document everything, and know the law. Because when we the people stand firm, tyranny has no chance.
Can't be inside a government building filming at all.
Really? You can't be in a government building filming at all.
Not at all. There's nobody in the press issued a press pass.
Who are they issued it by?
People they work for, sir.
Oh, okay.
So
I work for myself.
So you're not a journalist.
In the
You really
lobby.
don't care what you
I
think.
and I don't care what you think. Okay.
That's great.
So it doesn't matter what you think. You're not law enforcement. You have no authority over me. You guys learned something today.
What happens when a security officer mistakes authority for the law, and a citizen calmly pushes back with the Constitution in hand? In today's story, we head to Nashville, Tennessee, where an independent journalist enters a public building with a camera and triggers a wave of confusion, overreach, and unexpected lessons in First Amendment rights. The question is, who really knows the law?
Metropolitan Trustee's Office. Oh, no, thank you. Appreciate that. So we have the Department of Motor Vehicles and the Davidson County Clerk. There goes our friendly reminder that they're always recording us, even though they always have an issue with us recording them. Passport Department over here.
Excuse me, sir.
Business licenses, services.
Can't be recording here.
Excuse me?
Can't record here, so don't record.
Why can't I record in here?
Can't.
Well, why would that be?
First, take the camera off of me, because you can't record here, correct?
Why would that be?
Ms. Williams is up there now. Where's she at? She should be up there right there.
Every time you ask them why you can't record, they just say, because you just can't. Because I said so. Said every tyrant and dictator ever. Because I said so. Because you just can't. That doesn't sound like a real reason.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Can I help you?
No, I'm just taking some pictures and video.
Okay.
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 Who,
And so,
who are you?
my name is Brenda Wynn. I'm the Davidson County Clerk.
Oh, hi,
And I was
Brenda.
just trying to figure out who you are.
Oh, no, my name's Sean. I'm an independent journalist.
Okay.
Just taking some pictures and video.
Independent journalist.
Journalist.
With.
Independent, meaning that I work for
Well,
myself.
unfortunately, I think sometimes now you're not with the sovereign citizens or anything like that, right?
I have no idea what that is.
Okay. Well, then I don't know that. Come on, let's go outside for a minute. Let's go talk.
Yeah, we could
I
talk.
don't know if I can